Okay, in chapter number one, there is a concept of uncertainties. And basically, we know that uncertainty, by the term uncertainty, definitely we are talking about something or like the calculation or the values for which we are not exactly sure that what is the real value for that experiment or that specific type of value that we are using in the question. So basically, uncertainty is the doubt that occurs in results due to random errors. So, for example, we are doing a calculation, we are performing any experiment, and in that experiment, because of the random errors, we got some uh, different readings that are not similar to each other, and we got like scattered values of the data. For example, we have this type of value observed during calculation. For example, we have variable x, and we got value 4.0, 4.2, 4.8, 4.3, 4.1, 4.7, 4.5. So let's suppose this is the value data set for variable x that we got in the experiment. So we have some scattered value, but all values are close to 4, like 4.1, 4.3, 4.8. So all are in the decimals of the 4. So for this type of data set, what we do, we consider the greatest value, subtract from the smallest value divided by 2. So we got answer plus minus 0.4. Plus minus 0.4 means like we are uncertain. For example, if we consider the middle value, because when we find out the average, so average value will be 4.4. So if we add zero point 0.4 in 4.4, so we got result 4.8, which is the maximum value. And if we subtract zero point 0.4 from 4.4, so we got minimum value, that is 4, right? So let's suppose if we consider the final result, which will be equals to 4.4 plus minus 0.4. And why we are doing this? Because 4.4 is the middle value on the right hand side. We got maximum value 4.8. On left hand side, the minimum value 4.0. Okay. So if we subtract zero point 0.4, we got this result. And if we add zero point 0.4, we got this result. So it means we have uncertainty of zero point 0.4. Plus minus zero point 0.4 means either we can add zero point 0.4, we will get the maximum result, or if we subtract zero point 0.4, we will get the minimum result. So this is the uncertainty, this is the doubt in the values for this certain type of experiment. Okay. Okay. Next we have what are the rules of writing uncertainty with principal values? So, for example, writing uncertainty with principal value. So, basically, some values are original values. Like in our calculation, the one part of the value is the original value that we are called it a real value or principal value. And the other value, other part of the value is uncertainty part of the calculation. So for example, just like if we take the same value 4.4 plus minus 0.4. So this is a true value or principal value, and this is uncertainty. So the first important rule that we need to keep in our mind writing the uncertainty, that is the value of uncertainty uh, should not be greater than the principal value. So this is the first important point, that your uncertainty value, it should not be greater than the principal value. And the second important rule is the decimal point of uncertainty should be either equal or less than the decimal point of principal value. Decimal point of uncertainty should be either equal to or less decimal point of principal value. So this is the second important rule to write the uncertainty value. And let's suppose if we consider one more example, for example, in many values, uh, the true value and the uncertainty value, they are given in the power of 10. So in that case, we also need to check that the power of then, like the power given in the exponent form and the decimal given over there are same, and just like we follow the other first and the second rule we mentioned in the uncertainty. So the third point is the power of 10 of the principal value and of uncertainty would be the same. So for example, if we write down one value 7.65 10 to the power 6 plus minus uncertainty of 2.16 10 to the power 5. Another example 7.65 10 to the power 6 plus minus 0.216 10 to the power 6. 7.65 10 to the power 6 plus minus 0.22 10 to the power 6. So these are three options. So from these three options, how many options you think that which option shows you the correct way to write the uncertainty with principal value? Option one, two, three, or any two of them, or maybe three of them, or maybe three of the options are wrong. None of them shows you the correct way to write the uncertainty value with the true value. So for example, if we talk about option number one, so what do you think about this option number one? Is it correct way to write uncertainty with true value or not? Okay. So you are saying maybe no. So this is a wrong method. We will discuss uh after the third option. And what about the second? Second option is the correct way to write or not? The second option is also not correct. And what about the third option? Third option seems to be like, okay, so you are saying it is also not possible, right? Okay. So now if we discuss individually that what happens in these three options. So first of all, in option number one, we have same decimal place, right? So we have same decimal place, but the problem is uh, the power of 10 of the principal value and of uncertainty should be same, but the power of 10 is not same. So power of 10 is not same. And if we consider the second option, so in the second option, we have same decimal point. Oh, sorry, we have different decimal point because in the first value we have 7.65. In true value, we have 7.65, and in the uncertainty value, we have 0.216. So we have different decimal point. So that's why option number two is also not possible. And in option number three, we have same decimal point and we have same power of 10. We have same power of 10. So it means option number three is the correct way to write uncertainty with the true value, right? Any confusion in this? So third option is the correct way to write the uncertainty with true value. Now, if we consider different calculations related to the uncertainty, for example, if we add the numbers, so what will happen when we add number with uncertainty, and if we subtract them, so what will be the final result? In the same way, what about multiplication and division? So in the different cases, let's see how to perform calculation with the help of uncertainty. So first of all, we start with addition and subtraction. So basically, in addition and subtraction, for example, if we consider a journal equation first of all, we have equation like y is equals to a plus b and y is equals to a minus b. And their uncertainties will be always be same. This delta sign is for uncertainty. So uncertainty of y will be equals to uncertainty of a plus uncertainty of b. So it means either we are performing calculation for addition or we are performing calculation for subtraction. The uncertainty remains the same. We have to add their uncertainty always. We will never subtract their uncertainties because there is a very simple rule. Errors cannot be subtracted, multiplied, or divide. So errors can always be like in addition with each other, because when we are performing experiment, let's suppose if we make one mistake in experiment, then we make another mistake in the experiment, so errors are going to be add up. They will not going to like if you perform experiment and you like make some mistake in first step, but the rest of the steps are good, so it will not recover your error of in the first step of the experiment, right? So that error remains in your experiment, it will carry forward, right? Just like in numerical questions in our theory paper, when we calculate any number, and if you use that number in the next part of the question also, so that will be like ECF, error carry forward. So that error carry forward into the next part of your question also, right? So that's why error can always be like in addition with each other. They are not going to be subtract. They are not going to be divide or multiply with each other. Okay. So let's suppose if we have some values given, 4.2 plus minus 0.1, 0.2. So in the case of addition, in the case of subtraction, so for example, we have true value 4.2 plus 1.5. And on the other side, we have value 4.2 minus 1.5. So first of all, we add and subtract the true values. So final answer will be equals to 5.7 and 2.7 after subtraction. So this is the true value. And uncertainty, as we already discussed, that for uncertainty, we need to add the errors. So errors will be same. So we have to just combine them like this. So for both of the cases, we have to follow the same procedure. So uncertainty remains same, that is zero point 0.1 plus zero point 0.2, zero point 0.3. So the final result for the addition part will be equals to 5.7 plus minus 0.3, and for subtraction side 2.7 plus minus 0.3. So this is the result of both of the quantities. And in the same way, if we consider the multiplication and the division case, because we consider addition and subtraction, and we get idea that always we have to add the errors, it will not be subtracted. So in the same way, if we consider multiplication and the division section, So for example, again the general representation y is equals to a into b, y is equals to a over b. So in these two type of calculation, we have one case of multiplication, other is division. So in both type of calculation, to find out uncertainty, we use the concept of percentage uncertainty. Like percentage uncertainty in y is equals to percentage uncertainty in a plus percentage uncertainty in b. Or in simple words, we can say delta y uncertainty divided by true value multiplied by 100. In the same way, uncertainty divided by true value multiplied by 100 plus uncertainty divided by true value multiplied by 100. So this is the idea of percentage uncertainty. And for example, if we are not using the percentage sign, so we also write down this value as delta y over y is equals to, so basically, this is the calculation part related to the uncertainty of multiplication and division factors. So if two quantities are multiplying with each other, so we multiply their true values. And if two quantities are like in a ratio, they are dividing with each other, so we divide them by using true values. And for the uncertainty, we have to find out their percentage uncertainty. And sometimes they used to ask about absolute uncertainty, and sometimes they used to ask about percentage uncertainty. So if they ask about percentage uncertainty, so we use the percentage sign. And if they not ask about percentage uncertainty, so we calculate uncertainty without the percentage sign. Okay. And for example, if we consider some questions related to the uncertainties, because from the first chapter, most of the time we observe that in the past papers, we have questions related to the SI units. So, like this question. So most of the time we got this type of scenario in the question that find out the SI unit of that unknown quantity given in the question. So not all the time we got all the questions from uncertainty. So most of the time in the past papers we observe we have questions related to the SI unit type quantities. So let's suppose in this question we have uncertainty part. So question number one, a solid metal sphere has a diameter of this much centimeter and a mass of this much grams. So we need to calculate the density of the metal. So first of all, density. Density is simple, equals to mass upon volume. But the problem is volume is not given directly in the question. So we have to make that value by ourselves. So density is equals to mass upon volume. And right now we are using a sphere. So for a sphere, the volume of the sphere is equals to 4 upon 3 pi r cube. So this is the volume of the sphere, 4 upon 3 pi r cube. And we can use this value of the volume in our calculation. So for example, first of all, if we find out the volume, 4 over 3 pi r cube. R means radius, and radius is equals to half of diameter. So it is equals to half of diameter, and the rest of the values. So 3.42 divided by 2, because the real value or the true value of the diameter is 3.42 divided by 2. So the final answer, 4 by 3 multiplied by the value of pi multiplied by 3.42 divided by 2 whole cube. Final answer is 20.94, or round of 95 centimeter cube. And density is equals to mass is 67, 20.95. So 3.19, or round of 3.2. So this is the density value of the solid sphere. In part B, determine the percentage uncertainty in the density. So to find out percentage uncertainty, we know that uncertainties are already given in the question, and we are using the quantity of density. So in the formula of density, mass and volume, they are in ratio. It means they are dividing each other. So it means we are using the division idea. And in division idea, as we already discussed, we have to find out uncertainty by using their percentage uncertainty idea or absolute uncertainty idea. In question, it is clearly written percentage uncertainty. So we will find out percentage uncertainty in density is equals to percentage uncertainty of mass plus one more thing, volume. So volume is not given in the question, right? Volume is not given in the question. We calculate volume by ourselves. So we need to consider in all the quantities given in the question, and we need to calculate according to their respective values. For example, the value of the mass in uncertainty is 2. So 2 divided by 67 multiplied by 100, right? But for the diameter, so diameter means it is single length. Diameter represents only one dimension. So basically, in the part of the volume, when we are calculating the uncertainty, so we have formula mass upon volume. So uncertainty in mass plus uncertainty in volume. But the problem is the value of uncertainty of volume is not given in the question, right? In question, we have only diameter. Diameter represents only one dimension, right? Volume represents three dimension at a time. Diameter represents one. So it means that on the place of volume, we have to write three times the diameter uncertainty, right? Because in diameter, we have one dimension. If we multiply by three, it will convert into three dimensions. So uncertainty is 0.02 and for mass it is 2. 2 divided by 67 multiplied by 100 plus 0.02 divided by 3.42 multiplied by 100. Because 3.42 is the original value of diameter, 0.02 is the uncertainty value of the diameter multiplied by 3 times because we have to convert into the volume. So 2 divided by 67 multiplied by 100 plus 3 into 0.02 divided by 3.42 multiplied by 100, 4.739. Percentage uncertainty in density, or we can also round it off to 5%. So this is the answer for uncertainty of density. Okay, so when they ask about absolute uncertainty, so in absolute uncertainty, we will also discuss that part. Because in percentage, we will find out percentage, but if they are not asking about the percentage, it means we have to find out the part of the value that how much from the original value is the part of uncertainty. So that is called absolute. So for example, this is the question of absolute uncertainty starting from over here. So the first part is in the following list, underline all the units that are SI base units. So SI base units are ampere and kg. These are not SI unit because there are only seven quantities. Those seven quantities are the base quantities and they have their base units also. So figure 1.1 shows a horizontal beam clamped at one end with a block attached to the other end. The block is made to oscillate vertically. Young modulus E of the material of the beam is given by this equation. So a student determines the value and percentage uncertainties of KMT. Table 1 lists the percentage uncertainties. So all percentage uncertainties are already given for all the quantities K, M and T. Now the student uses the values of K, M and T to calculate the value of E as this much pascals. And we have to find out percentage uncertainty in the value of E. So for percentage uncertainty equation is E is equals to Km over T square. So Km over T square means the uncertainty of K plus uncertainty of m plus t square means 2 times t, because t square can also be written as t into t. It means 2 times t. So that's why 2 times the uncertainty of t. So k is 2.1 plus 0.6 plus 3, 4, 5, 5.7. So this is the percentage uncertainty for the value of E. Now in the next part, we have absolute uncertainty of E with appropriate number of significant figures. So basically we know that we have 5.7% uncertainty from the original value. Original value is 8.245 10 to the power 19. So for example, for absolute uncertainty, we have to use 5.7%. It means 5.7 divided by 100 multiplied by the original value of E. Original value of E is 8.245 10 to the power 9. So after calculation, 5.7 divided by 100 multiplied by 8.245 exponent 9. So we got answer 4699, or we can also write in this scientific notation, round off 4.7, 10 to the power 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pascals. Okay, so this is the value of absolute uncertainty. Basically, the concept of absolute uncertainty means, let's suppose if we have value 100. So out of 100, what is the value of uncertainty? Like 1, 2, 3.5, 3.5 out of 100. So in this way, we calculate absolute uncertainty, right? If we got value, let's suppose 300, and from 300 we have uncertainty of 5%, let's suppose. So 5% of 300 is actually equals to 15. So 15 out of 300, so 15 is the uncertainty out of 300. So this is the meaning of absolute uncertainty. It means the exact value from the original value, right? So from the original value is 8.245 exponent 9 and 4.7 to the power 8. This is the value of uncertainty from the original one, right? And as we already discussed that when we are going to write the true value with uncertainty, so we have to follow some rules to write uncertainty. So decimal point must be same and the power of 10 must be same. So to keep the power of 10 same, because in our answer we have 10 to the power 9. So 10 to the power 9 means, let's suppose if we write 8.2. So for 8.2, we have power 10 to the 9. So we have to convert this one into 0.47. This will be converted into power 9. Okay. So it means in the part of uncertainty, we will write 0.47. Basically, 47 is a greater decimal point as compared to the true value. So we can round it off to 0.5. So 8.2 plus minus 0.5, 10 to the power 9. This is the uncertainty value with the original value. Okay. And this is the final answer.